Rooted and Rising family, welcome in, welcome in. Let's take a deep breath. Oh, it's I don't know why that makes me like laugh at the end. It's refreshing to me. Okay, let's ring the sound bowl. Okay. All right, let's get our disclaimers on out of the way. This will be a collective reading. So that means everything is not for everybody, right? We're going to take what resonates. We're going to leave what does not. Everything is not for everybody. All right. So you can take the pieces that really, resonate with you, that says, oh, that's for me. Oh, I really feel something. And that piece right there, and leave what does not. All right. Collective reading means collective energies, right? Pulled for the reading. Okay. Some things may be unfolding. It hasn't happened yet. So it may not be relevant to you. All right. But then on down the line, you're like, that aha moment, mini tower moment, like, oh, it applies right now. So sometimes it does. And for others, this is just simply story time. And there's no problem with that. You just want to sit in some nice warm energy. That's great. And that's okay. Okay. Again, collective reading. Take what resonates, leave what does not. Everything is not for everybody. In tarot, oracle cards, there is no gender. Energies will be spoken of. So we have masculine and feminine energies. All right. The attribute of cards that are pulled will speak of attributes, right? Which means either gender can possess those attributes, okay? So it's not me telling you that this is what it is. This is a man, this is a woman, all right? You put that however it fits you and your preference. My preference, male, female. So a lot of times I will speak that way, but that's not me saying that my preference is your preference, all right? You put your pairings. If we talk about divine connections today, you pair yourself however you decide to pair yourself. That is your prerogative, like Bobby Brown said, okay? All right. All right, let's move forward. Let's start off with this Abundant Attraction Oracle deck. I like this deck. It isn't always about like money or whatever else, but it's interesting. It tells us some things. And I just want to, start off with that deck. Tarot being pulled today, it looks like this. Well, this is the box. Since we did the Wicked Tarot deck last time, we'll do the Wizard of Oz. So we use the Wizard of Oz. That being said, the suits will have their own meanings. Brooms will be wands. That was the same as the last one. Bricks will be our pentacles. All right. Spears will be our swords. And then cans will be our cups. All right. All the other cards usually follows the same kind of pattern as the traditional tarot. Just checking on my incense here. Putting that ash down some. All right. So let's see what, Spirit has for us today. Maybe wants to communicate with us today. I'd love to hear it. Usually don't bend the cards, but I think today that I will. Look, not bend them, but today I'll shuffle like this. Let's see. They last a little longer when you're a little more gentle with them. And these may not shuffle well because they're kind of new. Yeah, they don't bend that well. Those are kind of new. It kind of hurt my thumbs, actually. It kind of hurt. Yeah, we won't do it again. That kind of hurt my thumbs. But anyway, we'll just do this. That's what I normally do anyway. But I wanted to give it a good mix. But sometimes it doesn't shuffle that well when they're new. Or somewhat new. Or I've never shuffled them like that before. But this is a nice little deck, Words of Attraction. And I just wanted to see, I think something would have been said there. What Spirit has for us today? Let's see. I should have pulled it. I don't know why. Sometimes I don't just pull the bottom. So we have words of attraction. Your words carry immense power. Speak only what you want. I feel like I have a gold piece of something on my lip. All right. Your words carry immense power. Speak only what you want, never of what you fear, and you will attract the outcomes that reflect your highest vision. You know how you see it, but it's like, I got to get it off of there. Anyway, it's a beautiful card. The card itself is beautiful, and then the words itself definitely beautiful. We'll see what else Spirit has to say, and we'll also pull clarifiers to see what it's relating to. Is this? Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. Well, I was trying to be like, no, Spirit doesn't want that card. Yes, they do. Procrastination. Are we procrastinating about something rooted in rising? Let me adjust this really quickly. There we go. Did that make it worse? All right, anyway, procrastination. All right, what is going on? But something that is bothering me. Don't you hate that sometimes? It's like something's there, but I can't get it or see it. It's something gold up in here. Like, what do I have gold right here? My lipstick isn't even gold. I don't know. Anyway, procrastination. Procrastination is often a symptom, not the root. Look beyond the delay and ask yourself, what am I avoiding? What fear or doubt holds me back? Understanding the deeper cause allows you to solve it and shift back into the flow and focus. All right. Well, I'm only going to guess about what this is about because we've had past readings now, rooted in rising, where there are words that need to be spoken. Because the first one is words of attraction. Yes, it is speaking positively, right? Since you are a powerful bunch of leaders, divine, all right, beings. Yes, what you speak is very important. All right. What you speak, can manifest an outcome. So it's important to use your words wisely, definitely. All right. But since procrastination is next, to me, this is about a need to speak. But we could be wrong on that because, there's multiple interpretations in Tarot and Oracle, and that's fine. But we will clarify. You'll attract the outcomes that reflect your highest vision. Somebody's procrastinating. What am I avoiding? What's holding me back? Getting to the deeper cause of it allows you to dissolve it. So you can loosen the procrastination and then start speaking, manifesting what you want. In other words, you're not going to get what you want in procrastination. But let's see, through this deck, we may do 3 more and then clarify what we need to speak. All right. And maybe look at what's holding us back from speaking. All right. And this doesn't it doesn't just have to apply to divine connections. Okay. Oh, we got another card. This deck, like the red cards, it's kind of like that true or false flame oracle deck, where the green cards is like the toxic characteristics of the connection, and then the rainbow cards is telling you what's positive. This one, like the red cards, are kind of like, like your no-go zone, and the other colorful cards are like, yay, So we got catastrophizing. Sorry, y'all. Why can't I say the word now? Catastrophizing. The mind has a way of amplifying fears. Rooted in rising, some of you are in your mind about something. Very 8 of Swords energy. The traditional Tarot deck, the 8 of Swords. I wonder if this one is okay in this deck. Let me see if the 8 of Swords will give you a good example of what that looks like, depending if they are fully clothed in this deck. I'm using the other deck because I know fully well the Wizard of Oz deck we will have no problems, right? But let's see if we can find the Eight of Swords. This one is not even the traditional. Yeah, let me use this one. This is my like oldest deck. The very, very old one is traditional. And the Eight of Swords, they're fully clothed. But because that one's still not a traditional deck, so I don't know how that Eight of Swords looks. But I want you to see that this procrastination, this catastrophizing, very Eight of Swords energy here in your mind about something in your head. Let's see. I am going to get it in a minute. This is my very old deck. This is my first deck, tarot deck, actually. It's old. And that's okay. Still works. I still use it. I still like it. I would still use it now, except for since it's the traditional one. Sometimes, even though it's not really like nudity, they still flag you for no reason. All right. So it's gonna be what at the end of the deck, just because I'm like want to show you the card, right? Where are you, Eight of Swords? Here we go. All right. Of course, there are you that already know what it looks like, but we're gonna work and be, be friendly for everybody. I'm not gonna take that out of there. I don't care. It's not a big deal that fell. All right, but I'm gonna show you. All right, Eight of Swords looks like that. And it's being very much in your head because, swords is our air energy, but it has to do with the mind, the mental. And the Eight of Swords, that card itself, is like you feeling mentally trapped, mentally imprisoned, hence wrapped up, right? Tied up, and the mind is tied up. And then there's the swords all around them, right? The swords are there. And I've said this before, but the swords are there. They can free themselves at any moment here. They can get themselves free on the swords and get away from those bandages, but it's in their mind. And that's what this catastrophizing card reminds me of. And if I'm not saying the word right, I mean, oh well. We'll all live, right? The mind has a way of amplifying fears and creating worst case scenarios. Dwelling on potential negative outcomes, can trap you in unnecessary anxiety and block the flow of abundance. Breathe, release, and choose faith over fear. This is only in the mind, all right? Which means it hasn't come out and manifested in the physical, but it's in your head about something, all right? Something has rooted and rising in a mental trap, all right? All right, and to me, it has something to do with these words that, is being procrastinated in speaking, because somebody's in a big old mind trap, all right? And nobody's saying that, whatever the reason is, it's just easy peasy and everything is going to be solved like this, or you have no reason or right to be in your mind, but Spirit keeps giving you a nudge for a reason. The nudge is telling you that it's okay, all right? That you are in your mind about something, and that something is acknowledged and understood. So no one's saying that there isn't a reason, but they're telling you it is okay, all right, to free yourself, come out of that mental trap, and use your words of attraction to manifest what it is you really want in the physical. It's not going to come to fruition if you are quiet about it. If you remain in procrastination, all right, because everything is a big old disaster. Everything is worst case scenario, all right? If it doesn't work out the way I want it to work out, and it may not, all right? And that's okay, but you can't fear that, especially if you've gone through a lot, which seems like rooted and rising, a lot of you have, all right? and then you're transitioning out of something, all right? But there's this potential new start that you believe is a Two of Cups energy for you, all right? Mutual connection in every way, all right? In friendships, in, romantic relationships, and other types of partnerships, right? There's this transition away from something that did not fulfill you emotionally, that wasn't good for you, from what it looks like, very toxic, very betrayal energy, very manipulative. And maybe you're transitioning over to a new life. Sometimes it brings a mental trap and fear. Like, what if this repeats again? But you got to remember, you're not the same before. Along with the transition, you have grown in wisdom, right? You have grown as a person. You have grown in knowing what you will and will not put up with or tolerate, and knowing your worth. Well, everything in other connections, regardless if they're romantic or not, work out? No. But you're not the same. You will do the same. You will learn and grow, all right? You won't go in and dive in head first. You will go in, all right, a lot differently this time, all right? A lot more assertive about what you will and will not deal with, and then who you are as a person, all right? It may not work out, and that's fine. You will learn and grow from that scenario, and you will move on. You can't have this fear of things not turning out the right way, or fear of things not working out. It may not. That is okay, because still what lies ahead is more growth, abundance. All the things you want is lying forward, not backwards. It doesn't matter if the next scenario doesn't work out as planned. Then learn from that and move on. It's okay to make the mistake. Learn, grow, move on. All right? Yes, heal, but healing is growing. All right? Now I have a new part of this lesson plan. What did I learn from this? How can I use this? Let's move on. All right? But from what a lot of this looks like, this transition over into something new, all right, is creating a brand new life. It doesn't mean everything will be easy or go right, but it's something brand new. And sometimes we can fear what we don't know. If we've only known heartache and pain, and if we've only known disaster, we know nothing else. It's hard to believe that you can move on to something better. And sometimes we hold on to stuff that we shouldn't hold on to, or we hesitate in making the next step. All right, out of fear, especially it's the fear of the unknown. All right, but we can't stay in that, all right? A lot of the readings show that Rooted and Rising is moving on to a brand new life as a whole, all right? Not just in romantic connections. Life as a whole is changing and evolving into who you are now, all right? The old life is literally gone. The death card has come out in other readings. It's saying all of that is dead, all right? It's gone. And you're not bringing it with you. You're transitioning into a new life. That's died so that the new life can begin. And new means everything, not just your relationships, everything. All right, even in your career and your finances, especially if you're partnered with somebody that you're on the same page with. There's no way that two people on the same page, I'll get to that in a minute. Two people on the same page, moving in the same direction, moving in the same direction on the same page can stay still. All right, so that's a whole brand new life. All right, a whole new movement. Life will look totally different. All right, two aligned people means they're aligned. They're moving together. All right, they're doing it together. All right, your goals, your ambitions, well, they're there to support you in that however they can. Just like you're supporting them, you're moving together. You can't stay still in an aligned connection. All right. And the toxicity is why you stayed still. In that stagnant, I'm going to hold you back. All right. Energy. Yeah. You can't move and you can't go anywhere. If you do, it's very hard to. All right. Yeah, you can't go anywhere. Things do look the same. It still remains stagnant because you can't go. You can't go and you can't grow because you got somebody holding you back, or something holding you back, or keeping you from growing, or telling you that you're stupid for having desires wishes and dreams and hopes and aspirations and not doing anything to support you in it. But damn, if you pursue those goals despite what they say and you're flipping successful, you better believe they'll be right there with you to benefit from what the work you put in. Yeah. Now support you through it. No. Give you emotional support. No. Encourage you. No. But anyway, you're headed to a whole new life. I don't know how I got off on that. My Lord. Let's do, see, vibrational alignment. Love it. No need to force, chase, or struggle. All right, let's see. Maybe just one more from this stuff. Oh, yeah. That's what this is about. A blocked heart. I try not to make this about love all the time. But, let me get the time. Seems like that's what it is. Rooted in rising. A blocked heart. Oh, many abundance blocks are not external. They are emotional imprints from past experiences. If money, love, or success feels just out of reach, look within. What past wounds are blocking your ability to receive? Yeah, so these words of attraction, procrastination, catastrophizing, being in that Eight of Swords energy, where you're making everything just huge, is about a blocked heart. And it's not that you're not open to love, all right? A blocked heart is kind of like the same as a wounded heart. Oh my God, been there, done that. And I'm not going to say been there, done that as in it's complete. I have, survival is what it is. I have survived on a wounded heart because I have no other choice but to. So I understand it. Yeah, that's a hard thing. That's what this is about. So spirit seems like they want to introduce you to a new life. All right. A new emotional connection. And I had to burp. Sorry. New emotional connection, that's totally different than what you're leaving. But you got a blocked heart. That's why you're making in your mind and making everything bigger than what it needs to be. Because you're really in your head about past energy. No one's blaming you. All right, that's the need. That's the, dragging your feet about opening up your mouth. All right. All right, and nobody's blaming anybody. I don't listen to the card on the bottom. I wasn't pulling any other card, but the bottom card here it just made me smile. Yeah, a new direction. A new direction may feel unfamiliar, but this change holds the key to what your spirit has been seeking. The unknown is where miracles manifest. Well, that says it. Yeah. Because, spirit has a new direction, a new love for you, a new connection. All right. And for a lot of you, that new connection has already showed themselves. Otherwise, they wouldn't be highlighting words of attraction. So a lot of you already know who that new connection is. All right. Opening up your mouth and saying something is a different thing. All right. You're in procrastination energy, and that's okay. Because no one's blaming anybody. A blocked heart means a wounded heart. So that means that heart has been through something, and that is okay. Spirit is this card would not come out. It's telling you the reason for the procrastination, yes. But it would not come out without spirit, once again, acknowledging it. All right. Spirit also does not care, honestly. Spirit does not care about the timing of everybody else. Our timing in this world and how we think of things, spirit doesn't care. All right. Or else words of attraction would not be there. They're telling you it's time. And that's just what it is. All right. So, even though they're acknowledging the wounds, they're saying it's time. They're saying, I'm trying to give you a new direction. I'm trying to heal you. I'm trying to make your life better. I'm trying to grow you. All right. But you're in your mind, the Eight of Swords energy. You need to come out of it and speak. All right. Because I'm giving you a new direction. That's what, in sense, what you're running from, what you don't know. Because of this blocked heart, this heartache, this pain. And it's understandable, but, you're going to open up your mouth. And that's just what it is. You can't get the new direction being quiet, all right, and making things, in your mind is bigger than what they are. Mistakes will be made, and that's okay. All right, this new direction. All right, divine pairings. Divine pairings. I'm not talking about any old pairings. Divine pairings. Understanding hearts. All right, those are understanding energies. And you got to remember that your divine pairing, your divine partner in that pairing usually has mirrored you. So you have a wounded heart. They have a wounded heart. All right. So they're not going to be without understanding. All right. Or judging. All right. So if things don't always go as planned, they're not going to be without understanding. They're going to try to understand and try to get past it with you. Oh, I'm looking at the Oracle Datagram. Sometimes I'm hesitant, like, I don't know. Let's see. I want to see I'm just curious about this deck as a newer deck, and I'm curious about, I just envisioned a different deck. But I want to see what this deck has to say really quickly, and then I'll get that one. I was going to rearrange this today, and it didn't happen. I didn't have no time during one of my breaks to do it, so everything is kind of pulled out and all over. Oh. No, I can't. Actually, all of those cards are in the never mind. I wanted to use that deck, but all of those cards are like, only look here. But it's a good deck, so I'm like, let me use that. That would just be so wonderful for this reading, but it's no. Don't look there. This is the one. Okay, we'll see what they have to say. Yeah. Okay, where is it? They all start to look the same in a minute. There's one card from that deck. What in the world? Did I hide my cards from myself? That's curiosity. It's in there. There it goes. Let's do this. All right, let's just maybe see a couple cards what this deck may have to say about it. Love vibes, words of attraction, procrastination, catastrophizing, block heart, new direction. That's what I thought. Same mistake. This is the fear. All right, same mistake, different face, same emotional fallout. Until you choose differently, you'll keep attracting the same script. All right, and the bottom, all of that it's not really the thing. The fear for you all, for Rooted and Rising, why this procrastination, this blocked heart, the catastrophizing, is because the fear of making the same mistake with someone new, with the new connection. I don't know why I can't stop seeing gold. Weird. Because I have nothing gold. So I'm like, why do I keep seeing gold? What the heck? Anyway, yeah, so that's just confirming the fear is, or the procrastination, the blocked heart, all of that. The mind trap is all about fear making this making the same mistake. But what is being focused on is that this is a cosmic connection. All right, this connection transcends time, space, and logic. You've met in another life, in other lifetimes, in other dimensions. So, all right, yeah, this is about a love connection. All right, but the fear of making the same mistake of the past connection. All right, and it's not that we are not perfect, Rooted and Rising. All right, so it's not that you're afraid you're going to make mistakes again. I think that you may be afraid of being hurt in a sense, all right? You may be, what is this? It's getting on my nerves. I'm just having problems today. It's okay. I think the fear may be more so in just the fear of being hurt again, all right? All right, Like, what if this is too good to be true, right? What if this not only doesn't work out, what if it's too good to be true? What if the divine mass or the divine masculine feminine or what if they break my heart, right? What if it's too good to be true? What if it turns out like the last? You know what? I thought it was one thing, but it was something else. That's what this mind trap seems to be about. Spirit is reminding you that this new direction, all right, is a cosmic connection, all right? Cosmic alignment. Nothing. This is nothing, absolutely nothing like you've had before. All right. And even if before was a positive experience, just an experience that didn't work out, this connection is nothing like you've have ever experienced in your life because it's a cosmic connection, divinely orchestrated and aligned. That means you two are coming together to do something. All right. That's why you have energies that mirror one another. All right, just all of the inner trauma, heartache, and pain. Again, your divine counterpart knows. Been there, done that, probably just came out of it. All right. If you just came out of it, they probably just came out of it. All right. So where you're wounded, they're wounded. All right. But this is a cosmic connection. This is a connection like you've never experienced because, again, there's something that you need to come together and do and accomplish together. There's something in the pairing that is needed. All right. So it's not going to be an ordinary, not going to be an ordinary connection. As Sade said, this is no ordinary love, no ordinary love. It's not. And it likely feels so intense for those who, all right, that's why it may feel so very intense or so very strong, because it's a cosmic connection, all right? Like a very strong magnetic pull, that a lot of you, since the words of attraction are there, have already encountered encountered your divine connection. And that is why the pull is so very strong. Again, this new direction, this is a cosmic connection. It's a connection like no other. And you're meant to accomplish or do something together. Maybe there's something you're supposed to change, whether that's a perspective, a mindset, something you're supposed to come together and do. And something so very powerful that you're going to do. Right? And whether that's something, again, to help your community, just to help your own household. But I think it's to change narratives, mindsets, all right? Change old dynamics, change things around, maybe even bring communities together, all right? Maybe bridge a gap, maybe there's a gap between worlds, all right? So maybe your divine pairing, may look a little different than most. But maybe there's a gap that is supposed to be bridged that you'll bridge, all right? Maybe there's something that you're supposed to change and do in that perspective and in that way, all right? But this blockage seems to have a lot to do, with feeling like you're going to make the same mistake, or that you just mostly may be hurt once again, because heartache is heartache. It is what it is, all right? Again, I have said it time and time again, that even when you have past connections where that person was absolutely horrible to you, horrible in every way they could be, even abuse, all right, been there, done that, even abuse, all right, I'll make, I don't mind putting my stuff out there, again, because we do enough of acting like we're perfect and we have it all together, and that, we make no mistakes and we judge other folks, and we're around here wondering why we're either doing something or went back to something or feeling stupid for past mistakes when everybody else seems to have it together. And it's not the case for many people. Just won't say, all right, okay, all right. Even someone who has abused me terribly, right, even losing that connection, right, just tore me up, right? Now, that don't make any kind of logical sense, and it didn't. It didn't make logical sense to me. But emotions are emotions. It isn't just about that person left or this person did this or that, all right? It's And I had the opposite. I couldn't get rid of people. I'm like, police. I know I'm detouring. Like, even the women calling my phone. I called, like, someone. Y'all keep a calling, but don't nobody want to come get this Negro. Come get his ass. But anyway, what sense that make? You gonna harass me because you want him? He won't leave me. Well, then come get him. What the hell you calling me for? Please. But anyway, it's not just about the connection being over. It's all of the turmoil and the wounds that open during all of those things that sometimes you're not aware of, especially going through it. And if you're going through something while at the same time trying to survive or going through everyday life or bearing it or not dealing with it, you don't realize all of the emotional wounds that are there. All right. Even though your everything says, I can't stand your ass. All right. Don't care. I'm going to be harsh because some of my don't care whether you live or die. All right. And then you're over there crying over him. You're not really, you think the world hasn't told us that it isn't that we're crying over that person, that we're crying because of the emotional wounds that we did not realize that was there. All right. We're not crying. At least I'm not crying because, this person who used to abuse me is no longer here. You're crying. That's what it seems like. You don't get told any different, but you're crying because of all of the wounds. All right. Those. Hold on. All right. So yeah, you're crying because all of the emotional wounds, right? Those emotional wounds are a lot deeper for, even if it's physical abuse, a lot deeper. Those emotional wounds run very deep. So it seems like you're just crying over this no count ass man. And you're not. You're crying because of all of the emotional turmoil, that occurred that you weren't in any way dealing with or able to really deal with while you were in the connection. All right. It isn't that you love this person so much. All right. It's what they took you through. All right. What you believed they would be, what they presented themselves as, what they really turned out to be. All right. All of the gaslighting, all of the maybe love bombing, and you maybe thought things would get better because of those good phases when they had the mask on real good for that day. All right. And all of the inner turmoil, back and forth, pushing and pulling, and emotional manipulation and everything else. All right. When you were made out to be the enemy, and it was, them. And that was their MO from the get-go. And it hurts having to realize that. All right. That you that you were likely, despite who approached you, that you were like the target all along. It was like, okay, you're the perfect personality to play my game with. And you are rooted and rising, unfortunately, because divine beings are caring, all right? Believe in justice and right and wrong, right? Understanding, compassionate, right? All those really good, healthy qualities, they don't only attract light, all right? And because you're generous and forgiving and kind, and you want to do the right thing, right? Because you're all those things, you're a perfect target, all right? Because you would do the right thing, right? You would do the right thing, all right? You would, in whatever your connection and whatever the structure of how you are, do the right thing, all right? You would take care of the household. You would maybe cook and clean. You would cater out of kindness. You would make sure someone's okay. You would make sure if they're ill, you nurse them back to health. You would do all of the right things for whatever role you align yourself with, and, whatever position you take in those roles, all right? If you're more traditional like me, then that's why I'm saying that, but not everybody is. All right. You would do those things. So of course, all right. Not just other people other light beings who like those characteristics are going to be attracted to that. Of course not. All right. Well, yeah, you're the perfect one. And of course, I'm not going to let you go. You benefit me. All right. So I'll drain the hell out of you and hold on to you while I treat you like shit. And then anything that goes wrong will be your fault. I'll make sure to play games with you so that, if there's any thoughts of it ever being me or you ever leaving, I'll make sure to make it you. Right? Until, you know what I'm saying, you get some real clarity and say is enough of this. Enough is enough. Okay? All right. Then went off. There is something that needs to be said that's being procrastinated, all right? Because someone's in Eight of Swords energy, catastrophizing something. Because they have a blocked, wounded heart. Because they believe they'll make the same mistake. I'll say it again. Words of attraction. These are words. Our words manifest what we want. Make sure your words are manifesting great things by you speaking great things. But you are not speaking something great because there's procrastination energy. So they're saying there's something that you need to say that you're not saying. All right? You're not saying it in catastrophizing, however you say that word, everything, because this is a big old mental trap. Look at his mind there. It's on fire. Big old mental trap, big old Eight of Swords energy where you need to speak, but you're not speaking, but you're in your head about it because you're making something bigger than what it needs to be because you have, that's my baby, a blocked heart from wounded past hurt because you believe you're going to make the same mistake or the same mistake is going to happen to you again where maybe your new connection is going to trash all over you. But Spirit says, no, this is a new time, new era, new direction in a love like no flipping other that's going to blow your mind, but in a good way. All right? In a positive way, in a new direction. All right? It's not stagnant energy, and you're not repeating the past. I have the tarot deck out here. I guess I'm going to pull a couple cards here only because I have... What looking at me. I guess I'm not. I was supposed to pull from it earlier, and I didn't. All right, and then we'll wrap it up because I didn't want to be that long. But there's words that... No, this is backwards. But there's... You already know. Spirits has you already know. You already know what you need to do. You already know. Your intuition has spoken. You sense the answer deep inside. Now it's time to follow it. You already know. You know what you need to do, and as in what you need to say and what you need to do. This is getting deep. This is getting deep. And your connection is deep. Like no other. When you touch me. Oh, Jesus. But rooted and rising is what y'all done been through. Hell, by the time you get to when you touch me. Explosive. Ah. Yeah. Rose tinted glasses. You only see the good parts. Red flags blend into the background. Fantasy mixes with reality. That's what you've been doing in that past connection. You refuse to see it for what it really is. Rose-colored glasses. All right. This is what I think it should be. This is what it was supposed to be. This is who you told me you were. This is who you made me believe you are. So I'm going to put these glasses on. I'm going to act like I don't see all the red flags and all the shit you're doing. It didn't stay that way because it apparently caught in 4K. Someone's actions are exposed. Evidence speaks loud. Truth arrives instantly. Nobody's judging the rose-colored glasses. We all do. All right. I can't stay in abuse by not calling it abuse. Oh, you just got a little angry. I'm not making it. You don't have to keep me praying. You know, just a little upset. Those are rose-colored glasses. I'm not going to call it what it is. Well, you know, he didn't really mean, you know. Well, I did upset him a little bit. So I can understand why he's upset. We're going to make excuses for it. That's rose-colored glasses, right? It allows you to stay. Well, I did start it. You know, I knew that would make him mad. Now, granted, he did just knock me through the flipping door here and down all the steps. But, you know, I did make him mad first. Doesn't excuse it, right? Okay. Crazy, right? Anyway, maybe one more for this and we'll move on. I was going to do a couple of tarot and then we'll move on and close it on out. Yeah, mixed emotions, side-eye. Somebody's still mad. Oh, well, oh, well. Mixed emotions. You feel excited and scared at once. Your heart can't choose a direction. Both possibilities feel real. I don't think you have any mixed. Oh, no. I don't think you got mixed emotions about where you want to go. I think this hesitation is not about the rose-colored glasses. Tinted glasses is what this card uses. Where you came from. I think those are gone. All right. That's why you have this block heart, new direction, cosmic connection. It seems like you already know where you want to go. Side-eye queen is still big mad and would not be coming out if you're headed in a new direction. You're just in your mind about it. Side-eye queen is pissed about it. And this doesn't mean that this is a woman. All right. Energies, masculine or feminine, whoever this would be. All right. All right. There are women who got, past connections who are male that are side-eye queens, still looking at you like, you mine and you mine forever, right? So you got the Lulus. Just because it's side-eye queen doesn't mean it's a woman. All right. Mixed emotions. Yeah. But you're stepping back to see things clearly. That's all you're doing, which is fine. Mixed emotions. Excited and scared. It's like you're not turning back. You're weighing things out with this mind trap. All right. But you're stepping back to see things clearly, and as you should. Distance brings understanding. You see things differently from afar. Clarity returns. All right, which is why you got the side-eye queen. You didn't see it for what it is. Rose-tinted glasses, no more. Step back to see it clearly. Caught in 4K. You saw it for what it is. Side-eye queen is pissed off because you're headed in a new direction. You are scared about the same mistake once again. Cosmic connection, though, like no other. When you touch me like that. Oh, yeah. See, I'm still like. Oh, twin flame. This is what this is. Twin flame connection. That's why it's so strong. They are your counterpart in growth, healing, and divine purpose. That's why it feels so intense. Twin flame. And that's why you mirror each other. Yep. Picked it up. I said, what? Lingering X. Damn it. All right, I'm trying to be done. Lingering X. We already knew that. That's what this side-eye queen is about. Yeah, big mad still. Love lessons. Oh, that's what. That's why. Lingering X. Pissed off. Side-eye queen. Lingering X is pissed off. Side-eye queen. Breaking up. You're going towards your twin flame. You then step back to see clearly. Against no more rose-tinted glasses. I see you for who you are. Caught you in 4K. All right. See it clearly that you are who you are. Which is not who you told me. Who you showed me. They already know. You already know intuitively what it is, but you got mixed emotions still in your head about it. But you're still headed in a new direction. What's this card in 4K about? We'll use this a little bit here and then we'll go. That came out. Lots of things. It's like, not one thing. I'm like, oh, okay. 7 of Cans, which is the 7 of Cups. Can I show you the 7 of Cups in this deck? I can, I believe. And then what came out with it is also the Four of Spears, which is the Four of Swords. So there's some type of rest, recuperation. It also can be like bad health, and so you're like recovering, or you're resting and trying to recuperate and restore your health. All right, mental rest, because it's the swords energy, has to do with the mind, and maybe you put your mind at rest. All right, after something. With Seven of Cans, it's like, I'm like, what in the world? Lots of things is this caught in 4K about, seems to be. Because this is like multiple things, multiple options, distractions. So to me, it's like you're putting your mind to rest about this distraction. That's what caught in 4K is about. All right, done and over. Not like I literally caught you. Well, past readings, it's like something came out. All right, something came out, but they're caught in 4K and all of this. That's a side-eye queen, the lingering ex. Side-eye queen is pissed off because you put these distractions. That's what she is, a distraction. And the she, I'm talking about the card, okay? Not saying that this is a female. All right, this distraction's been put to rest. You said no more. It's been put to rest. Oof. All right. I don't know why I picked this up again, but I guess I'm afraid to know. Oh, wow. Oh, power couple. Okay. This is not what I wanted. Okay, so this. Sometimes I'm like, oh yeah. Anyway. Put to rest. New direction. Yeah, my hand was like, no, miles apart. Right, I don't want to keep pulling from this. It's like, no. Miles apart. Yeah, new direction. Miles apart. So it's just confirming this. All right. False connection. That's what it was. Now you're in a new direction. All right. I was trying to pull from a different deck, but that just... Let's see what this has to say about it. I want to, and then I'm going to close it. Okay, stop. Look, I just want to be done. Okay. And that's it. It's still the same thing. Just the bottom line, just opening up your mouth. All right. Get out of the mind trap. Yeah. I see what it is. It's not always easy to say stuff. Say stuff. Somebody's moving. Change of residence. We'll clarify that. Somebody's moving. Who's moving? I don't know. Okay. Okay. Liar. Be careful. Someone's sneaking. Oh, don't be mad at me. Hell, I'm not the one that lied. Anyway. Okay. Someone's got a liar that's moving. And okay. That's what it is. All right, break it up. But then that one came out over here too. Miles apart. Same mistake. Did that? Cosmic connection. I thought it did. Maybe it didn't. No, it did come out. Breaking up. So for those who are not, what's it called? Legally married, experiencing a breakup, same thing. But this came out to breaking up. So apparently a liar is moving. All right. All right, that's why we got side-eye king. Queen. It can be either. In my scenario, king. Anyway. Oh, look, don't be giving me the stank eye. Shit. Card is staring at me like, you bitch. Telling all my goddamn business. I didn't tell it. The cards did. All right. Anyway, we have a blocked heart. Heartache and pain. Please just remember it's because you think you're going to make the same mistake and you're not. All right, that's all. It is a cosmic connection. It's something really, really real. But at the same time, you've got heartache, you've got mixed emotions. And then this card is telling you that you're excited. So you are excited at the potential, all right, of what's coming. All right. And this new direction that you're headed. Away from this false connection, because that's what that was. All right, which is why you have a lingering ex giving you the side eye. And whoever they think you're run into, they're probably giving them the side eye times 10. All right, but you're done, because caught in 4K means I didn't see it for what it is. Rose-colored glasses are gone. You're seeing things clearly. You step back and you put it to rest too. That Four of Swords energy, because you already know. Your intuition saying you know what to do, and you know what you need to do. Both dynamics. Yeah. And this miles apart. Double meaning, the breakup. But the card will tell you, even though you're physically apart, you're deeply emotionally entangled. Long distance love is never easy, but it's not impossible. So that's that opening up your mouth. That's that words of attraction that you're hesitating on because of all of this. Because of breaking up and mostly the heartache. And you're in your head making things bigger than what they are. All right, but ultimately it's like you're in rest and recuperation mode. All right, it looks like there is some breakup for some. That does look like divorce. Somebody's moving. Looks like the liar. All right. Twin flame connection is what you have rooted in rising. You mirror each other. All right. New direction is what it is. A love like no other. That's what you're going to experience. That's all there really is today that's being said. All right. So go ahead and open up your mouth. Yeah. Go ahead and open up your mouth. You're wiser now. And you're moving into something so much more. It's actual divine connection. And so much more intense. Yes, but so much more healthy and peaceful. And actually real love. Real love, I'm searching for a real love. Someone to set my heart free. Real love, I'm searching for a real love. And you are, but you found it. All right. Let's leave on the angel number. Let's get on up out of here. Let's see what we got. I'm just going to read the card and see what we got. That transition. Oh, we got two. Take the bottom card. Wow. I've been seeing number of synchronicities. I've been seeing 111 and 111 a lot. But anyway, intuition is it's reiterating that card. That's why it was like, pull from that deck. And I was like, no, I'm going to go over here. I was like, no, you're going to do what I said to do. All right. Of course, because the card I want is on the bottom. Every one but the one I flipping want. You already know. Liar. It's just like saying liar, moving. Liar, moving. It just keeps coming up. Liar, moving. Okay. Intuition. Wow. Oh, I get it. Okay. All right. But you already know. Insight, serenity, harmony, clarity, It just wants to reiterate, rooted in rising, because I don't know what side you're on. You may be with the liar that's moving, or they want you to know that a liar is moving. That just keeps coming up. Liar moving, divorce, liar moving. Okay. All right. There's some sort of separation. Separation. Insight, serenity, harmony, clarity, joy, momentum, self-awareness, initiative, unconditional love. Now is the time to realize your long-held ideas. You're on the right path to turning your dreams into reality. The right people, circumstances, and resources are coming together to support you. Happiness and new opportunities are within reach. Trust the journey and have faith in the process. I just want to reiterate. Spirit wants to leave off on something great. You already know. Intuition. 111. Intuition. You already know. Great things are coming. All right. You're being aligned with people, that's like you call it your soul connections, your soul family, all right? Whether they're blood related or not, you're being aligned in every aspect of your life with people that are going to be on the same page with you. That is what is lying ahead, all right? Everything always won't be rainbows and sprinkles, but those people who are not aligned are being weeded on out. 1331, good fortune, guidance, clarity, major change, self-reliance, individuality, comfort, prosperity. Trust in your skills and talents. They are the keys to a bright future. Because you're very skillful, very talented. All right. A beautiful being is what you are. A piece of valuable advice, a moment of clarity, or a comforting message is headed your way. Everything is aligning in your favor, and success is within reach, all right? And that's a reminder for you to keep working on the things that you're working on. All right, don't stop doing that. It doesn't matter that the past connection probably tried to halfway just nag the dreams out of you. All right, and downplay all of your hopes and inspirations. Go ahead and do that thing. All right, because it's something that the community needs, and it's something that you need. You and your divine pairing. It's something that you all need to do because you're going to move to somebody that's going to support you. All right. May not know what you do, but there's a way to support you, even if it's just emotionally being there for you. Even if all you want is just their presence, that is still being there for somebody. They're going to find a way to support you. All right. And uplift you as you will for them as well. All right. Rooted in Rising family is reiterated that there's something that needs to be said. Validation that you're in your head about it. They understand it's through heartache from past connections and just fear of making the same mistakes or having the same thing kind of repeated to you, and your heart hurting, but you intuitively know what you need to do. You still got side-eye queen and past connections upset because you have taken those distractions from the 7 of Cups or 7 of Cans from this deck. Distractions, decoys, right? Lots of options and things like that, but distractions and decoys. You took and put it to rest with the 4 swords. You said, I'm done and over with. So you've got side-eye queen, like, what is going on? All right, but you do need to open up your mouth. Divine timing has nothing to do with the timing of this world. So if they're saying open up your mouth, then it's the right time to open up your mouth. All right, nobody else gets to dictate that. You intuitively know what you need to do when you need to do it and what the right timing is. Spirit will keep nudging you until you do it. No one else gets to determine what the proper timing is for you. All right. So you already know that, and you already know what to do. All right. There's a liar somewhere that's moving. All right. Keep doing your dreams. You're transitioning into real divine connections all the way around. All right. If some of you put family to rest, because that is a real thing. That is a real thing for a lot of people. All right. And yeah. Anyway, that's a real thing. So some of it is family, putting them to rest. I got a little distracted on where I was going with that. But for some of you, I'm saying it's not romantic things alone. Sometimes it's family that you just put to rest as well. I don't know. I really lost what I was going to say with that. All right. Probably because I was deep in thought about what I just said. And that is okay. But anyway, It's not just romantic connections. For some of you, it's family. That's what it was, all right? And you're going to be connected with what's called your soul family. With other people will, putting that to rest has made room for other connections that are aligned with you to step in, all right? And be not well, in a sense, a replacement there, all right? All right, a sister where you didn't have a sister, a brother where you didn't have a brother, a mother, father. All right, and it means you may have had those things that just weren't the best to you. Okay, so your soul family will be established in partnerships and friends, and no matter what that looks like, that's what you're moving on into, is what I'm trying to say. All right, so go ahead and open up your mouth. According to Spirit, it's time. You've got something to do together. All right, and it's going to transcend a lot of different things, and I think it's going to be a bridge. All right, because some of you may have, different pairings where you're going to be a bridge to some of the social norms, and that's okay. As our last reading said, love is love. Now you love who you love, and nobody can dictate who you love. All right, it's okay. All right, as always, stay rooted, stay rising, and aligned with all the divine gifts ahead.